previous Vice Chancellor here present, the DVC's admin, DVC ACAD, and DVC Research and Development present, previous DVCs present, members of the council present, principal officers of the university present, provost, College of Health, dean, School of Graduate Studies, dean of faculties, heads of departments, distinguished professors, directors of institutes and centers, visiting academics, and colleagues, esteemed administrative and technical staff, captains of industries here present, cherished friends and guests, unique students of Uniport, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My dedication. This inaugural lecture is first and foremost dedicated to God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. And secondly, to my one and only iconic wife, Mrs. Bliss Omijeh, and my lovely 5 children, David, Delight, Divine, Destiny, and Dominion. My acknowledgements. I am what I am today because the I am that I am saved me by his dear Son, Jesus Christ, and brought men and women as destiny helpers on my way. Let me start by appreciating first the 9th Vice Chancellor, Professor Abraham Jojui, for the approval granted for this inaugural lecture. Through his leadership, I became and I was announced as the first professor of the new order in the month of December 10th, 2021. I want to appreciate the principal officers, Professor Dr. Gloria Chinda, Registrar, Dr. Gospower Oba Bosa, and Professor Eli Imasielu, the University of Liberia. I also want to appreciate the former Vice Chancellors, Professor Don Baridan, through him I gained employment into this prestigious university, May 22nd, 2006. Professor Joseph Ajenka, the 7th Vice Chancellor. Through him, I became the pioneer HOD coordinator of the Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering. He approved my proposal for the establishment of CITI in the years 2013 and appointed me as the Assistant Director 2014. Professor Lade, NEX, Acting HOD, Electronics and Computer Engineering, he appointed me in 2016. And also appointed me as Director CITI in the year 2018 and 2020. Professor Stephen Okodudu was a God sent to me. God used him to remove the stumbling blocks on my way to becoming a professor in 2020. I want to delightfully appreciate my father in the Lord, my spiritual mentor, Pastor Cletus Desmond, the General Overseer of Redemption Ministry Worldwide, who is physically present today with his team of pastors. Sir, thank you so much. I want to also appreciate the University Inaugural Lectures Screening Committee for the corrections and mentorship. I want to appreciate our online viewers from Europe, from Germany, from KTH, from Sweden, from Austria, who are online now, for the wonderful partnership we have enjoyed. I want to appreciate our industry partners that are present here. Professional colleagues, I appreciate you. Departmental and faculty colleagues, I appreciate all of you. Again, I appreciate my lovely family. Introduction. As I was growing up at the age of 8, I would wake up at midnight and imagine certain technology. And I just imagine trying to demystify some technology behind what looks like a mysterious invention. Then it was a dream. Yesterday. But today is a reality. Standing before you is a real-time professor of electronics and computer engineering to deliver this lecture, 196th Inaugural Lecture, first of its time and first from the Department of Electrical Electronics. And the title of my lecture today is Embedded Systems, the Game Changer in Modern Industrialization. Now, if you look at the screen, you see three cycles. We have modern industrialization, embedded systems, and microcontroller. There is a connectivity between three of them, the three cycles. The microcontroller is a small computer on chips. It is a tiny brain of embedded systems that makes embedded system a game changer in modern industrialization. What is modern industrialization? Modern industrialization is linked with Industry 4.0, otherwise called the Fourth Industrial Revolution, that is being powered, energized by emerging digital technologies like AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, automation, Internet of Things, augmented realities, and all that. When we talk about modern industrialization, we talk about smart system, we talk about smart technology, we talk about robotics technology, real-time automation systems. And the game changer in that is embedded system. Today we live in a world of smart technology. We talk about smart agri, smart medicine, we talk about smart energy, smart grid, and all that. Look at the screen before you. This is an idea of what we mean by modern industrialization. You can see this geospatial industry is powered through embedded system by artificial intelligence, machine learning, spatial computing. We can now see that we can now use technologies like drone, big data analytics on agri. We call it smart agriculture. Again, you can see that we have modern industrialization in oil and gas, where you apply Internet of Things, cloud computing, and edge computing. We can see even in the medical, we have telemedicine, we have AI-based medicine, where you can use virtual reality, quantum computing, and augmented reality. Even in power sector, we have Internet of Things, smart grid, and green energy. Look at this is wonderful. Modern industrialization with full automation in production and manufacturing, using robotics and mechatronics, 3D printing. What is a game changer in all of this technology is embedded system. Embedded systems are specialized computing units customized to do dedicated tasks within a larger system. What are the characteristics of embedded systems? They are known for optimization, for real-time processing, for automation. They have seamless integration ability into hardware. Look at those figures there. I'm sure you recognize those diagrams. The first one is a calculator. You know what they use calculator for. The second one is a traffic light. You know the function of a traffic light. The third one is an ATM machine. You know what it is used for. You just place your card, and before you know, the cash comes out. What is the mystery behind it? Is what? Embedded systems. My career journey and contributions to knowledge. Like I said before, we live in the age of fourth industrial revolution, and the impact of research is also different. Somebody said, and I quote, "True research in the fourth industrial revolution is beyond publication." We talk about industrial impact, institutional impact, measured by the prototypes developed, patents received, collaborations attracted. If your research output in this fourth industrial era ends a publication, it's not good enough. With the kind permission of the Vice Chancellor, sir, my aim of this inaugural lecture is to download and showcase some research breakthroughs that I've had in this journey as an academic. And again, to showcase the patent that I've attracted, the institutional impact made, and the industry collaborations attracted. There is a connectivity between research outputs. There is a connectivity between research output, patent received, and institutional impact. In 2008, about 17 years ago, I wanted to solve the problem of electric shock at home. Sometimes you want to put on your appliances and you have some electric shock. And so what did I do? I did some research and came up with a designed computer-based wireless control switch for controlling home appliances without human intervention. So with my computer, I programmed the home appliances, the bulbs, the stereos, the TVs and all that. I programmed them into each button of the computer. As I click each button, they respond accordingly. The light goes off, the fridge comes off, and that was a very wonderful project. Basically, a 2009 edition of 24th graduation ceremony, convocation ceremony of Uniport. This product was exhibited at that convocation ceremony, and it made a high point in that event, projecting the image of Uniport in a good light. Now, the challenge with that, now, it's not as easy as I said, because I know we have this audience that want to avoid some technical things. But you see the circuit here. This is the second design for that product. You see the algorithm used, and you see the software developed for that. So you develop the software and embed it into a microcontroller, then it becomes an embedded system, and it does the work. Now, to overcome the problem of distance, I have to replace that computer with a GSM phone and program the buttons of a GSM phone to do the same work. Imagine as you are seated here, you just remember, as I left home, I didn't turn off my heater. All you needed to do is to bring out a GSM phone. Click a button that has been programmed, and the heater will go off. In this age of emerging technology, we have taken it to the next level by bringing in voice activation, AI voice activation. So before you enter your house, the door is programmed to recognize your voice. So as you come in there, you speak as the owner of the house, and automatically the door opens up, and you begin to issue instructions. Some of these projects, when we defended it during an external examination, one of the projects was defended, and while the presentation was going on, I'm very sure the external examiner have never seen something like that. The man left his seat and moved behind the prototype and was looking at it. He thought there was one kind of power we were using. There was no power. What was the game changer? Embedded systems. Now, when we also did that, we went ahead and did an AI for green energy for agri. And just last year, Tech Fund was looking for people who had innovative products, and there was an advertisement. So we applied as Uniport, representing Uniport. More than 3,000 persons products were submitted for that. But I'm glad to tell you that 2 of our products were shortlisted. And so we went there and represented Uniport. You can see our hands-on DVC R&D, who represented the Vice Chancellor. You can see my team of researchers. And as I speak to you today, there are fruitful collaborations ongoing on this. Now, I also did some robotic products. The first robotic product I did was to design and construct a robot, a pick and drop robot, which is useful in manufacturing and production companies. I went beyond that. But research output has a connectivity with community development, and it has a relationship with capacity building. So based on this, in 2002, I thought about it. I've had these breakthroughs. Let me see how I can cascade down these skills to the younger ones. So the idea came to come up with a program which I called Cash Gen Young. Cash Gen Young program is a digital initiative for students of ages 8 to 12 and 16. And I grouped them together in that long holiday, my, teaching them the design techniques. They came out with different products. For example, they did an obstacle avoided robot, which you are seeing here. The next one will wow you. You can see our amiable First Lady there, examining that product, and she was enjoying it. That product is called hand gesture controlled robotic arm using computer vision. All these products were done because of the use of embedded system via emerging technology. Embedded system, the game changer. So you can see all of that. Now, I also delved into medicine. I'm sure this will interest my beloved VC and the DVC R&D and the Provost of Medicine. We have developed an intelligent-based software for virtual dissection for students in human anatomy. This software application provides students with a more interactive and engaging experience, allowing them to explore the human body with 3 views. Then we also went further and developed a product which we call the Improved Drug Verification System for National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, to mitigate the increasing number of counterfeit drugs in the country and to also verify expired drugs as well. And that we got a patent for that product. Sir, I've also delved into developing embedded system solution for power sector. In 2012, Omijeh 196Th developed an intelligent power theft detection system with instantaneous SMS alerts to mitigate the problem of energy theft, tampering, and bypass, which is causing huge revenue loss to power utility companies. I'm glad to tell you that this work is already implemented by some electricity utility companies in Nigeria. Now, you can see the wonderful model. You can see the results showing excellent performance. I also developed an SMS-based protocol for energy mystery system. Then, now, in the 4th industrial revolution, I came up with a model. I haven't taught electronics, and telecom for a long time. One of the major problems we have is lack of equipment. And that explains my business. Many years ago, we have few number of professors in engineering. So I came up with an innovative method to develop an expert system. I developed an expert system and built the intelligence of that real-time, real-life lab into that embedded system. Convert that embedded system model into a virtual lab and run my experiment. And that I encapsulated with what I call Bourdillon, pentagonical. So this model has been presented in KTH, Sweden, during an international workshop. And you can see that was my presentation in KTH, and you can also see the award. Now, I traveled to Germany 2022 for a consortium meeting, and something baffled me. I went to the University of Siegen. The University of Siegen is the leading university in embedded artificial intelligence. Talking about robotics, talking about a lot of things. And my desire was that I wanted to see those human beings behind the system doing those mysterious technology. Because everything was just embedded systems, AI. And so when we got to that, I started moving from laboratory to laboratory, and what I saw marveled me. Can I tell you what I saw? I was expecting to see a white man behind the system. I saw a young man working with 3 systems at the same time. Coding, decoding, debugging, and doing so much at the same time. I was expecting to see a white man from Europe, from China. But the person I saw who was doing most of those difficult embedded system applications was a black man. And a black man from Nigeria. And a black man from the University of Port Harcourt. And a black man, one of my students, I taught in year 3 using this model. That's the face of the young man. Sir, like I established before, there's a connectivity between research outputs, prototypes, patents, industrial collaboration, and that is the way to go. Permit me with all humility to share with you some of the breakthroughs I have made based on institutional impact. When the Department of Electronics and Computer was announced, based on these breakthroughs we had, the 7th Vice Chancellor saw the future and saw a promising instinct in that Department of Electrical and Electronics. And so we submitted an application to split that department into electrical and electronics. Immediately we split it into electronics and computer. Instantaneously, it gained global visibility. I was in my office at the Pioneer HOD. I got a call from Lagos. And they said, we are a Japanese company. We just saw this thing that Uniport now has a department called electronics and computer. And so they said they wanted to visit me. The people I saw, I was in the office. I just went to office that day casually. My secretary ran out and said, you have visitor outside. I said, who are those visitors? He said, 5 white men with mopos everywhere. I ran back to my restroom. Thank God I had a suit in the restroom. So I rebranded myself and came out. Told them to come in. What do you call that? Packaging. So I told them to come in. When they came in, what did I do? No story. I showed them the breakthroughs that we have made in embedded systems. Good products, it's not difficult to market. As I finished that, it was not up to 24 hours. They agreed on the MOU. We signed the MOU, took it to Vice Chancellor and all that, everything was consummated. Let me show you the impact of that partnership with Yokogawa. They have donated several control automation systems to the department. They have also taken our students on 6 months IT. They have 1 year IT. Not only that, they have gainfully employed those that were exceptional. You see that photograph there? Some of our students are there as employees. These were the first interns in Yokogawa. Then just recently, as the Vice Chancellor said, whatever you are doing is in the globe. I got another message, and that was from the Nigerian Army through their center, Nigerian Army Heritage, and said they wanted to visit us for collaboration. And they came. They said we have serious insecurity problem in Nigeria, but we have been following your profile of research in embedded system and AI, and we believe you can give us the solution. And so you can see that photograph. They came, we went to the Vice Chancellor's office. So we are running a collaboration with them to develop AI application to mitigate against insurgency, insecurity in Nigeria. I was staying in a tattered office, something you cannot present. And sometimes I just imagine when I invite all these people and they come and they see my kind of office. People address you by the way you look. So I started looking for collaboration. So I wrote to NIDA that I want to collaborate with them. So they sent a team with a professor as a lead to my then building that I was using. And when they came, they told me to make a presentation. I didn't talk too much. I talked about embedded system breakthrough. By the time I finished, the lead professor cornered me to an angle and said, you have really impressed us. 2 weeks later, I got a letter from them giving us scholarship for city students for 2 years. 9 months later, I got a letter from them of donation of this building. This building was built from start to finish in 3 months, record time. And by the grace of God, I attracted the wonderful minister, Professor Kantami, for the commissioning of that building. Now, after our breakthrough in 2022 in our research breakthrough in robotics, it caught the attention of the National Center on Robotics owned by NIDA. And so they wrote me, they said, we saw your report, everything is wonderful. We want to partner with you in the next year edition. And so they came. Before then, they donated a lab for us on AI. And that lab is the first type of lab we have in this region. And so this is the result of that partnership. In that edition, they came with laptops and so many things and donated that. Then, let me talk about Huawei. Sir, based on the telecommunication expert system that I've developed, the unique way I teach my students and do a lot of research and have breakthroughs, it caught the attention of Huawei. They were looking to have one academy in all the universities. All the universities in Nigeria have one academy. Only Uniport has two. When they came, I showed them the game changer again. I displayed all my embedded system-based model to them. By the time I finished, they said, no, even though we are giving Uniport ICT location, one academy, will give City the second one. Now, the impact of that collaboration is this. We have graduated over 1,005 students, fully trained Huawei technology with free international certification. And many of them have been employed. In fact, I just lost my best technical assistant to them. I allowed him to go because they wrote me and said, Prof, nominate somebody, shortlist somebody for employment, and I gave the offer to him. Beautifully employed. Now, this is the first graduation. You can see some of my students in China on the job training on 5G research. It is not easy to get collaborations. Most of these people, they want to show them the evidence that you have from your research output. If you don't have it, you won't get it. So, now, let me talk about, I'm rounding off now. Recently, the European Union, because of the trend of embedded AI, their mission is to develop manpower in the sub-Africa region. And so they chose Nigeria. And when they chose Nigeria, they called me from Germany and said, we have had your works on these things you do. Can you select 5 universities to be in this consortium? So I selected ATBU, Melbourne University, OAU, University of Abuja, and University of Port Harcourt. And in their wisdom, Vice Chancellor as the coordinating Vice Chancellor. And made my humble self as the national coordinator. Sometime in last year, 2024, that's a photograph of all the 5 Vice Chancellors, project leaders in Germany. And this photograph is a unique photograph of the equipment delivered to us. This equipment was just delivered in January. To show to you how unique this program is, the systems were customized for this program. They were manufactured just in December. As you open it, you see the dates. Customized for this. And I can tell you, we are the first set of universities in Nigeria and Africa to have this kind of embedded system. Now, you are invited by the Dongo TensorFlow Award. Let me go to conclusion. In today's inaugural lecture, embedded systems have been presented as what? Say it loud and clear. In modern industrialization, driving advancement in automation, real-time processing. I have recommendations to higher education institutions. I have recommendations for industry players. I have recommendations for the government. Number one recommendation for the higher education, the universities, is that they should improve their curriculum. There is a big gap between classroom theories and industrial realities. Bridge up the gap. The answer to Industry 4.0 is Education 4.0. Education 4.0 is being powered by emerging digital technologies. What that simply means is that we need to rebrand our academic curriculum. We need to put vitality into them. We need to bring in modern technologies into them. Whether in humanity or in education or whatever discipline, you can rebrand, you can bring life into them by injecting emerging digital technologies. We must encourage skills acquisition and capacity building in embedded systems. The only way Nigeria can survive today is through production. Am I correct? Yes. I cannot survive in production when you don't flow with the fourth industrial revolution. So we need to develop manpower for that. We need to have entrepreneurial skills and eco-startup ecosystem. We need to encourage emerging digital skills for embedded system startups. Align your vision with SDGs for sustainable world innovation. And to my dear industries, industries can establish joint research centers and industry-sponsored labs within Nigeria. Industry offers structures intensives and the whole of that. All these things are well elaborated in the main text. Let me go to recommendation for the government. The federal government should invest. I believe they are hearing me now. The media people are here. After now, put it there. Make sure the president hears it. Make sure the senator hears it. I'm happy that our chief is here. You help us to cascade it. Let them invest seriously, massively in Education 4.0 and the production stop the economy. Let them fund startups, innovation hubs, and create smart factories. I have a very strong recommendation for the University of Port Harcourt. University of Port Harcourt is one of the foremost entrepreneurial universities in Nigeria. Let's work together to make University of Port Harcourt the Silicon Valley institution of Africa, just like Stanford University in California. And we can do it. This is there is so much weight in research. So much weight in research. If you go through the GDP of the research, weight worth of Stanford University, Harvard University, you see a university that is richer than 10 African countries put together. So much weight. So much weight. The problem is how to access it. You can only access most of those things through emerging digital technology. They are there. And that is where we should go. Silicon Valley is the richest, one of the richest regions in the world. How did they start? They started by industry academia partnership. Through what we are doing now, having prototype. And so there was collaboration from the Faculty of Engineering. And so Silicon Valley started. That synergy, that marriage between the academia and the industry led to what we have as Silicon Valley. Who says that Uniport cannot be a Silicon Valley in Africa? Yes, we can. I said what? Yes, we can. My future works. In 2025, we shall be commencing admission into the International Master's Program on Embedded AI in Uniport. Still in 2025, we shall be unveiling the maiden edition of International Journal on Embedded AI, Telecommunication, and Digital Innovation, first of its kind in Nigeria. Number 3, watch out. We shall be hosting an international conference on embedded AI, telecommunications, and digital innovations here in Uniport. My vision and our vision is to create more startup innovation hubs because we have a lot of talents here. We have a lot of talents that can break world records. Now, this is very passionate to me. So we have a lot of people who have talents, but their problem is that they don't have opportunity to learn. They cannot pay the school fees. And at this point, I want to appreciate the passion and the love that our Vice Chancellor has. It's the only Vice Chancellor for now that runs different scholarship schemes. He goes out with passion. He attracts scholarship for students. Most Vice Chancellors want their students to pay school fees. Here we have, that is our Vice Chancellor is also a great gentleman. He has changed the narrative, attracting scholarship. So as I see many of the youth on the streets who have the potential to grow, but they are helpless. it put a burden in my heart. And so this year, I'll be launching the Bourdillon Omijeh Foundation during the Cash Day Young program. I'll be launching that foundation. The reason for that foundation is to attract funds, to be able to give these trainings to people. We can take them away from the streets. We can rebrand them and add meaning to their lives. In recognition and remembrance of the 196th Inaugural Lecture, I am going to be inaugurating every year. I'm going to be having a season of online free emerging digital skills empowerment for the staffs and students of Uniport. Permit me to end at this point. My final words. Always remember as you live here, embedded systems. The what? Say it loud and clear. Number 2, you too can become a game changer. In our various feats of endeavor, we can become a game changer. All we need to do is to develop ourselves in human capacity building. Then number 3, I want to re-emphasize again. University of Port Harcourt, we have the potential to become the Silicon Valley institution of Africa, like Stanford University in California, United States. Yes, we can. Yes. Let's work together and work it out. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, my distinguished colleagues, I want to end my inaugural lecture here. Embedded systems, the game changer. Silicon Valley for the University of Port Harcourt. Yes, what? Yes, what? Yes, what? Thank you very much.